Because in actuality, we are interfacing with three suns right now. At first, we were interfacing with two suns. There was always two suns in this existence. One which cannot be viewed unless you are in the areas of that cross from North Pole to South Pole. When you're going from Antarctica to the North Pole, there's a sun in that location, in that region on this planet that's always been in existence that a lot of people were not conscious of until recent. And then, of course, there's the sun that you see every day that comes up and down in the sky. That's a different sun or whatever. And that particular sun is locked into a sacred technology. Now, there's a third sun that we're interfacing with that's causing a lot of glitches on the internet and things of that nature, and glitches with technology. And this particular sun, a lot of people mistook it as Nibiru coming back, but it's actually not Nabara or Nibiru. This is a sun that we're able to interface with in periods of time as this earth revolves around a greater sun, which is this greater sun that the earth revolves around. See, our earth, or our sun, our sun revolves around a greater sun. And there's times when you can see both. So that would make three suns. See, there's a sun that's locked into the inner earth that you can only view from the North and South Pole, going back into that. And then there's another sun that we've always been conscious of, which is the sun that you see in the sky, which is actually a computer program that revolves around a greater sun. And this greater sun only comes around every 25,000 years or something like that. And it's tied into the precession of the equinoxes, and it just so happens that we are able to interface with it. So we are moving into what's called a trinary system, which is going to affect sexual ritual. I suggest now in sexual ritual, if you're going to partake in sexual ritual, that the woman you partake in it with has to orgasm at least 3 times for you to continue in the rhythm and in the pattern of this sexual energy that's locked into this new sun. Because if you slip off and say, for instance, that doesn't take place, you can move into a different harmony and a different vibration and move into more of what's called Zion, or move into what's called a Z folder, because no orgasm took place. So this is kind of like a ritual that's going to help us to stay in tune with time. Because if we don't partake in this, we can lose track of time, believe it or not, and fall out of time and go into what's called the judgment, of which is documented in the Bible and things of that nature. We can go into like what's called a day of judgment, which essentially where time just stops and you're just stuck every day in the same day. Something we really don't want. So not to try to come too deep and try to sound too far out, but this is information that when you study time and astrology and things of that nature, it'll resonate with you a lot more. There are various suns actually in this universe. Each star is a sun. And if you're able to view a star or a sun, this means that you've been programmed and have some form of karma associated with that particular light or star or sun. Essentially is what it is. So I'll come up with more information as more information is channeled. You guys stay vigilant.